Good morning, good morning, good morning. Buenos dias, mi gente. Yo. Welcome to Daily Discipline number 990. Hey, my name's Rob. Happy that you're here. Honored and humbled that you keep coming back, like, for reals. Hey, sorry about that, right? Hopefully you're seeing this and you were somebody that had gotten used to watching the 989 videos we had posted primarily in a row over about a 3-year stretch, and then I just disappeared, right? And the reason I disappeared was that I was struggling to embrace the grace, right? What does that mean? We'll talk about that in a minute. But I just wanted to apologize for all of those of you who had made daily discipline a part of your life, and without consulting you or any warning, I just took it away. And I'm not saying that, like, Addison, my daughter, and I talk about this all the time, and it literally makes me emotional every time she says, "Daddy, you don't understand. There are people that need that in their life." And I'm like, you're 8. How do you, and she's 9 now. How do you know this? So my apologies. Thank you for the encouragement. The people that just love it, that I did speak to and lovingly said, "Hey man, it's good. Whenever you're ready, we'll be right here." I would like to say we're going to have some slight changes. Obviously, we got a different location, right? Again, that's part of Embrace the Grace. But I don't want to set the expectation level that I'm going to be here every morning. Sometimes it might be in the afternoon, might not be at all, right? But I will be back regularly. This whole process that I've gone through in the last 6 months has empowered me to live my best life possible, and has inspired me to chase my dreams. So, and I'm probably going to be a little bit shorter because we're going to consolidate some things. Nonetheless, right? Embrace the grace. So over the last 6 months, I had 2 major changes in my life. One was personal, one was professional. Both of them, I would tell you that the changes came rather quickly because I knew it was the right thing for me to do, and I didn't need to think about it. They were things that I had been, options that were available to me that I chose not to exercise. That I said, you know what? Who are you to not embrace the grace that's being shown to you? So we'll start with my personal life. You probably heard me talk about the QE1, right? The queen, right? So there was a queen in my orbit who, quite frankly, had made it clear through her actions that if I wanted more, she would be interested. But of course, right? Like, why would I accept something when somebody's giving their love to me? Why would I accept that, right? Like, no thanks, I'm good. It's too long to get into right now, but we engaged in a conversation that ended up here. And here is a resort style home that we live in together. I've named it Mar-a-Lago. Because it is like a resort in Oklahoma where we get to live like kings and queens and princes and princesses. And in my mind, I always thought that I would live a life like this, but I would be the primary person driving it. And that's not how it's worked out. And that messed with my head because I have an ego problem sometimes, right? I know. And it took me a while to embrace the grace. I love telling people the story. Because it's amazing, right? And I'm so thankful that we're here. Like, it's not just the house; it's the entire package that is a better place for me, for my kids, for everybody. Like, everybody in my sphere, your life will become better as a result of this. So. Just embracing the grace, getting my pride out of the way. Like, hey, you don't have to be the one that, like, who cares, right? Like, who cares? Like, who cares? Embrace the grace. The second thing, which when this became imminent that this was going to happen, one of the conversations the queen and I had was, I was like, I really don't like that job I have at the time. And she said, I don't like that job either. I'd like you to quit it, right? And I was like, really? It's like, yeah, we got it, right? I got you. And so I was able to get rid of sometimes you step in some shit, right? Like, you think you're doing the right thing, all of a sudden, boom, like, what happened? Like, I stepped in some shit. Right? Like, you don't need to stand in the shit, just, like, move on, right? And so I exercised an option. My jefe, my boss, the owner of the company that I work for, has been chasing me for 2 years. And it's not because it's because he wants me. He's seen me be productive and, do some pretty big things in my career, and he wants to see me do it over there. And so, anyway, those things happen within like a month of one another. And so it took me a minute, right? And I'm a procrastinator. Like, why would I do something? Like, I told somebody who asked me the other day where they could find daily discipline. I'm like, don't worry, it'll be back online tomorrow. That was 2 days ago, right? What do you want me to say? Embrace the grace, right? For anybody watching this and they've got an offer on the table in front of them from somebody that they love and they trust, and they know like, hey, my life would be better if I were in that situation. It's not exactly the way that I thought it would be, but that looks pretty awesome. Embrace the grace, right? Like, you're probably the only person that it has a problem with it is you in your head. And anybody that does have a problem with you bettering your life and those around you, F them, all right? Here's our daily reminders. Be thankful. Be thankful for the situation you're in. Like, if your situation sucks, right? Like, you don't have to go all the way back to the beginning, but if you go all the way back to the beginning of daily discipline, I was not in a good place, right? Be thankful, right? And that was the first thing that needed to be, I had to own that I was in that situation because of my actions, and I had to be thankful for the lessons that I was being taught. Be nice to yourself, say nice things about yourself, think nice thoughts. And when the grace comes, understand you deserve it. Be gracious. Right. And be aware. This whole thing started like the desire to really get back after this. After, I was struggling, I was stuck. And then I just started paying attention. All of a sudden, here come the prompts. Be aware. We're not in this by ourselves. We've got people that love us, but there's also something else. We can't explain it. Some people call it Jesus, the Holy Spirit, the juice is what I like to call it. Who knows how it works? Who cares? Just pay attention. Be thankful, be nice, be gracious, be aware. With that, we're done. Hands up, peace out. We're better together. Appreciate you stopping by, and we'll be back soon. Deuces. #Real Talk. Love you guys.